it was the BJP supporters who were perhaps more upset that why there was a ceasefire at all. When, the leaders from the Congress party, Shashi Tharoor and others, and I had interviewed Dr. Tharoor and even Salman Khurshid, the former External Affairs Minister, they were of the opinion that if the objective was sending a message to Pakistan, that message had been communicated. And nobody went in for this war as a prolonged war. It was largely to teach Pakistan a lesson and tell the world that it's a terror state. So there was a clear distinction in response and, from both the sides, the two ecosystems responding very, very differently.
So I still don't get the question in that. I agree with you, Maria ji. See, essentially, the expectations, largely because of certain media houses, was set at very high levels. Totally in mismatch with what the military objective that was set out right at the outset of Operation Sindoor. As I have said that at multiple channels, when you are in a military operation, your objectives are pre-decided. Not in the middle of the course, you start changing the fundamental reasons why you are going on an aggressive path. So I believe there was a wrong expectation set largely due to media. That expectation rose this desire among people, and a significant chunk of that you should not have done ceasefire. And this is why the communication gap that was left behind, perhaps because of this heated moment and then Trump coming in all of a sudden, and people couldn't grasp what exactly hit them. I think this is the gap that Prime Minister is trying to fill now. He is reaching out to to the people of this country to try and explain them that this was a limited objective operation, not a full-blown territory annexing roadmap that India had gotten into, because that is unpalatable. It doesn't fit into the overall narrative that India wants to portray even globally. So Prime Minister was doing that job, and he will continue to do that for next several months. He will anchor the expectation of people so that people in India start to believe that, yes, what we set out for, we were able to win. Now here, the gap or the direction or the two directions that Congress party had. One was to keep poking, have a negative soundbite all the time, day in and day out. The other objective could have been, they could have picked the leaf from none other than Bilawal Bhutto. See, Bilawal Bhutto also went around the town and he was talking only about Pakistan and Pakistan's cause in several media channels. Couldn't Congress, or couldn't say perhaps Rahul Gandhi, filled in the shoes when Prime Minister and the entire cabinet was busy planning for the war? He could have filled in the shoes and start narrating and setting up a very positive agenda around the world. He, of all people, has access to Ilhan Omar, to all kinds of people on the ultra left to left. Globally speaking, he has access to George Soros, which controls multiple news channels also. Rahul Gandhi could have used his influence and presented a best foot forward. So these were the two clear paths that Congress had. Unfortunately, instead of adding more constructive storyline for India's nationalistic ambitions that was set out through Operation Sindoor, they chose the negative, highly zero-sum strategy that we are only going to attack the government. They paused, and then that itch, that desire to go out and do politics overpowered them. And then you see Pawan Khera and Jairam Ramesh and the likes of them went on with this absolutely churlish kind of behavior on Twitter that is now being covered by all these same media houses around the world. They are saying that this whole country itself is not united. They are themselves poking holes. Rahul Gandhi is asking how many drones, how many Rafales were downed. I mean, these are the kind of questions, and what kind of doubt it instills into the mind of global media. It will.